What is good, everyone? This is the Kid DC Wrestling back out again with another video. And today officially marks a week until Saturday night, August 21st, SummerSlam 2021. So I thought it was only right that I give you guys my predictions on who I think is going to walk out with the W next Saturday night. Now, before I get in, let me say something about SummerSlam. I think, and in my humble and personal opinion, I think SummerSlam will go down as one of the best WWE shows of this year. Like, at this point, everyone's saying that Money in the Bank was the best show of the year. This might be up to par with Money in the Bank. I mean, this show's so big, some are saying that it's bigger than Wrestle Freaking Mania. So, that's a lot, you know. But I'm really looking forward to the show. We have 8 matches on this show. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to this pay-per-view. So we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get straight to it. The first match, heated rivalry, set to take place. Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. Now, I say it's heated because these two have heat with each other. These two have, they have history. Drew and Jinder used to be former stablemates in the infamous stable name known as 3B, friends outside of the squared circle. So these two have a personal vendetta, obviously, against one another. So I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre for the win. I think this could be a pretty good opener, solid opener for SummerSlam. But in the end, Drew McIntyre will come up with the win. So the next match, we have a tag team match playa for the SmackDown tag team titles. The Usos, Jimmy and Jay, versus the Mysterios, Ray and Dominic. This is going to be pretty good. I never got a chance to say this, but their Money in the Bank, it was on the kickoff show, but their Money in the Bank match on the kickoff show was it was really good. But I'm actually going to go with the Usos to retain their titles because, come on, why not? It's the Usos, the bloodline, all gold. Come on now. The Usos, they can't lose the titles anytime. They shouldn't be losing the titles anytime soon. Next, we have a match for the United States title. Sheamus will be defending the title against Damian Priest. This is going to be really good, I think. I think this is the perfect opportunity for Damian Priest to get his crowning achievement, his crowning moment. I think this is a special moment for Damian Priest to defeat Sheamus and become the new United States champion. It's just writing on the wall. Sheamus has had he's had a solid reign as champ. He's been pretty decent. He hasn't really lost that many matches, so he's been really dominant as champ. But it's time for Damian Priest to end Sheamus's run. This is going to be an underrated match for the U.S. belt. Now, moving on with the women, we're going to start with on the Raw side. We have a triple threat match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Nikki ASH defending her title against Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. This feud has been mixed, to be honest. You got Nikki, who's almost a superhero. Charlotte, who's Charlotte, and then Rhea is Rhea. This could actually be a pretty good match. Charlotte and Rhea, they had a great match at Money in the Bank. And, Nikki and Charlotte had a pretty good match in that No Holds Barred match. So I think this is going to be a really good triple threat match. I do think Charlotte, something tells me, man, I think Charlotte's going to win back the belt. Because something tells me Becky is going to return either after SummerSlam or during SummerSlam. She'll probably attack Charlotte some, and they'll set up Charlotte versus Becky. But just something tells me that Nikki just seems like a transitional champ, and plus the fans are not really digging this Nikki ASH gimmick, so I think that's what's going to happen. Nikki might win, but I am predicting Charlotte to come out with the belt, which would have been ridiculous because she just lost the belt. Now, over on the SmackDown side, we have a rematch from WrestleMania's Night 1 main event. Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's Championship. They had a really great match at WrestleMania. And no, for all you fans who are going to go on Twitter, are they going to main event SummerSlam like they did Mania? No, they're not main eventing SummerSlam. This is going to be a great match, though. Bianca's is awesome. Sasha's is awesome. She's good in her own element. This is going to be a great match. Who knows? This could be better than the WrestleMania clash. So I'm going to go with Bianca, man. Bianca, I think she needs to hold on to the SmackDown title just a little while longer. I could see her coming in, going into Survivor Series with the title. I just think Bianca might, if there's anyone who might take the title off Bianca, it's probably Naomi. Just my opinion. But, and I'll explain later why. But Bianca Belair for the win here. So now we get to the dream match. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a dream match it's about, 7 years in the making? Edge versus Seth Rollins. We all know what happened. That fateful night. I think it was, December 30th, 2014? I think it was. The Peep Show. Seth wants to bring the Authority back. What does he do? He threatens to curb stomp Edge, basically paralyzing him. So this has been brewing for a while. Obviously, Seth costing Edge the Universal title at Money in the Bank. This has been brewing for a while. This is going to be a match I think is just going to steal the show. Seth Rollins has had a lot of matches at SummerSlam that have stole the show. It's like every year at SummerSlam, his matches are like matches that you could consider match of the night, but then there's other matches that are taking place where you're like, oh, well, that was good. So I think Rollins' SummerSlam matches have been like really underrated bangers. But nonetheless, I'm going to go with, and this is going to be a shocker here, I think Seth Rollins should win. Now hear me out. The reason why I think, in my personal opinion, why I think Rollins should win is because it's not that Edge ain't going to really be here after, but I feel like that the win would mean so much more for Rollins than it will mean Edge. Because let's be real, Edge is a legend in the business. He's coming back. He doesn't really need a win, just like he doesn't really need he could get one last run with a title, but we all know he really needs that big gold belt, but they're obviously not going to bring him back. But as far as this match goes, Rollins, I just think it would mean so much more. It would just mean so much more to the career, the already stat and legacy that is Rollins. So I'm going to go with Rollins for the win here. I know a lot of people are going to be like Edge, but for me, personal-wise, I just think Rollins should win here. Now, heading into the title matches, man, first off with the WWE Championship, Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg. Now, look, this is not Lashley versus Brock. I know that's the match everyone wanted to see. Trust me, I'm one of those people who wanted to see that match. And trust me, I still want to see that match. But Brock is not at SummerSlam. Brock is too busy chopping up some steak and stuff. New hair, doing all that biz. So he obviously he doesn't have time for SummerSlam. So he's on his farm doing stuff, But Lashley and Goldberg still means something. Lashley is going to tear apart Goldberg. Now, Goldberg's going to get a few shots and, spears and stuff like that. Maybe a jackhammer. But in the end, Lashley's going to take control. Lashley's going to retain. Some people say that, Big E might cash in, and to be honest with you, I can see that happening. I can see Bobby winning this match, and then I could possibly see Big E cashing in and winning the title. But if he doesn't, then it doesn't happen. And obviously, it would make more sense for Big E to cash in on Lashley than it really means for Reigns, because Lashley tormented the New Day. But we get to the main event, man. This is the main event. As some describe it, the current greatest of all time versus quite possibly the greatest of all time for the Universal title. It can't get any better than this. Roman Reigns versus John Cena. Guys, this rematch from No Mercy, but this is special. Okay, it's special. We've seen it. This is prime Roman Reigns versus John Cena. This is special. This is bigger than the No Mercy 2017 match. Trust me, because this is a true dream match. I'm really excited. Okay, now here's the thing, because people are going to be like, well, Balor's going to interfere. Balor's going to come in, count the DQ. I think Reigns is going to win. Don't have the DQ, because I feel like if you have Balor come out there and like DQ, like cost him that, For me, that would be such a stupid ending and would make the ending so much anticlimactic. Just have Reigns put Cena in the guillotine. Like, you can have Cena have him up for the AA and then Roman, like, counters into the guillotine and then, you know, Cena doesn't tap out because Cena ain't a bitch. But, excuse my language, but, you know, Cena never give up, you know, mentality. And, you know, that's how SummerSlam ends. So maybe then Balor could attack, you know, on SmackDown, because Cena could come out and say, well, I technically never tapped out, so I'm guaranteed a rematch. And then they have a match, I guess, on the MSG show, since Cena's booked for that, #1 contender, and then Balor beats Cena. So I guess that's how you do it. I don't know. I'm not WWE. We'll just see what WWE does here. But as far as this match goes, Roman Reigns wins and retains the Universal title. He should not be losing that title anytime soon, no matter who's involved, no matter what's happening. So anyways, guys, that is my SummerSlam 2021 predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to subscribe to the channel. This has been the Kid DC Wrestling, and so on. Yeah.